Over the last 175 years, the AAAS has stood squarely at the intersection of science and policy, and that has never been more important than it is today. Today we stand at the cusp of extraordinary advances in the sciences, but we also stand at the edge of an abyss that is brought on by a disconnection between science and good policy, and that can only lead to poorer outcomes for all of society. This is the time for all of us AAAS members, to engage in our communities, to become leaders in our communities. And it's also time for the AAAS to make sure that our strategic vision matches the moment. In the past few months, the elected and executive leadership of the AAAS has engaged scientists, engineers, and other stakeholders around the country to formulate a new strategic vision for the organization. A strategic vision that will guide our investments and our resources and our energy over the coming years. In charting a course for the future, it was important to remember what doesn't change. The mission of the AAAS has not changed. In short, it remains to advance science and serve society. It was also important for us to articulate clearly a vision for the future that we'd like to achieve. And we do this by putting forward a vision statement that says a boldly inclusive, mobilized, and global scientific community that ignites, enables, and celebrates scientific excellence and science-informed decisions and actions. To achieve this vision, the elected and executive leadership have focused and refined 4 strategic objectives. First, we must continue to advance scientific excellence and achievement, as we've done since our founding. Second, and inextricably linked to the first, we will foster the equity and inclusion that is essential for scientific excellence. Third, we will build trust among scientists and their communities, because you need trust before the crisis. Finally, as we've done for decades, we will catalyze progress where science meets policy. We'll do this by providing actionable evidence for public policy making and by ensuring that good policy is put into place for science. This framework will drive our strategic thinking, our energy, and importantly, our investments. And as we make progress on these objectives, we will get closer to making our vision a reality. I hope that you are as inspired by this vision as I am. When we choose the right objectives, when we put our energy and focus into them, and when we make the right investments, we can cure disease, we can go to Mars, we can make good public policy, and we can meet this moment.